More and more, we've been trying to take care of the basics of self-sufficiency here on the ranch, and clean drinking water is at the top of that list. We've been hauling drinking water for years, but recently I installed an RO system. The nice people at Frizzlife sent me a tankless RO system, 600 gallons per day. I installed this unit at my parents' house on the ranch. The setup and install was really easy, and being tankless, the unit takes up hardly any space under the sink. Compact, straightforward, and the Frizzlife RO unit gives you clean drinking water whenever you need it. Hard to beat that. Let's get right into that install. Here's the simple tool list I used. I also found flashlights helpful. I liked the installation guide. It was visual, and I'm a visual person. It had lots of pictures. This composite sink had knockout points for the faucet. I did have to remove the sink. You might have to drill a hole here. An old towel or rag is handy for catching drips. You'll need an electrical outlet, but remember the disposal is on a switch. I was lucky to have an outlet back here behind the dishwasher. If that wasn't there, I could have run power from this outlet. First things first, let's make sure everything that we're supposed to have is in the box. There's the power cord, and here's all our fittings, clips, and other items. Owner's manual, installation guide, and other paperwork. A diagram, quick guide, and warranty information. There's the RO unit, and this is our faucet. Alkaline or remineralization filter. Here's the tubing and a filter wrench, and the unit itself. Frizzlife Tankless RO PD 600. Here's a closer look at the power cord, three-way valve, other fittings, and supplied razor blade for cutting the tubing. More fittings? I believe that's a tool for the clips. Supplied Teflon tape, O-rings and spacers I didn't use, and those are the blue locking clips. The O-rings are for filter changes. Here's the supplied tubing, and this is a saddle to connect the waistline to the sink drain. Wrench for filter changes, owner's manual and installation guide. The small stainless steel faucet came in this bag to protect it. Alkaline filter to put beneficial minerals back in the water. And here's the compact RO unit, 3 water lines, very simple. The next thing I did was put the RO unit where it's going to go. I just wanted to see how it's going to fit. Small and compact, and having no tank, there's lots of room for a trash can and cleaning supplies. Step 1, cut and soften 3/8 inch tubing. And step 2, connect 3-way valve to tubing. We'll need to boil some water to soften the tubing. While that water's heating up, we're going to jump a step, connecting the water supply. This stainless steel valve tees the cold water supply to the faucet and the RO unit. After turning the existing valve off, I'll remove the faucet hose. I disconnected the disposal power for more room. A fresh piece of Teflon tape on the existing valve threads. And now the new 3/8 valve is connected to the old. This is an adapter that's supplied. It's in case you have half-inch plumbing. Now we're going to jump back to step 2, connecting the 3/8 inch tubing to the valve. First, I remove this compression nut. I'll seal the threads with some Teflon tape. About 20 seconds, and that hot water will soften the tubing. Don't forget the nut. You guessed it, another piece of Teflon tape for the sink faucet. Now we can reattach the hose to the old faucet. On to step 4, connecting the supply water to the RO unit. A quick mark with a Sharpie, and I'll use a cutting board and a utility knife to cut the tubing. Now remove the plug. There is a tool for this. And push in and seat the tubing. You'll feel when it hits the bottom. Pull up and lock with one of those blue clips. Step 5, installing the saddle drain. This is an adhesive rubber seal. Pop the center out and we'll stick it in the saddle drain. I'm lining that drain up to point behind the disposal, using a small drill bit to make a mark. I have that 1/4-inch tubing pulled through the saddle drain, and now it all goes together. Tighten up the saddle with a screwdriver. And don't forget one of those blue locking clips. Step 6. Connecting the wastewater tubing. Same process as before. Mark, cut, pop the plug, insert tubing, and secure with a clip. Steps 7 and 8. Connecting filtered water to the alkaline filter. This is the last of the 3 plumbing connections in the back of the RO unit. Now I'm mounting the bracket that the alkaline filter hangs on in the back of the cabinet. I had enough room back here behind the RO filter box, and it's right below the faucet. Worked out great. Make sure the supply side is facing the RO unit. Now I'm marking and cutting the tubing. Remove this clip, then insert this fitting. Secure with a clip. Insert the tubing from the RO unit. And you guessed it, install one of those blue clips. Now I'm pulling the alkaline filter out to get to the other side. This will connect to the faucet. It's the exact same process, but it might be easier to see out here in the light. I found this Frizzlife RO unit to be an easy install. I'd say it'd take the average person about 1.5 hours to 2 hours. If you're interested in a Frizzlife RO unit, be sure to visit them online. Links in description and also discount codes. Filters back in place, on to the next step. Steps 9 and 10, the drinking water faucet and power cord. Place the bottom plate onto the faucet and this rubber washer. Drop into the sink or countertop. And here's a rubber washer and nut for the bottom. Gotta crawl back into the hole. Ah, beautiful. Measure and cut that last piece of tubing, and here's the fitting that attaches it. And that's an install. We're going to turn the water on and check for leaks. Plug in the power, and this thing's basically plug and play now. Now let's run some RO water. We gotta flush that alkaline filter. It's gonna run black for a little bit, flushing the carbon out. Just let your RO system run. It's gotta flush. Reverse osmosis is an effective way to clean up your water, but it goes way beyond drinking water. We use it for cooking, watering garden transplants, our house plants. The RO water is also great for my sprouts and fermented projects like sauerkraut and kombucha. Don't forget about your 4-legged friends. They need clean water too. It's been a day, and now I want to test some water samples. Water sample number 1 will be water straight from the well. Water sample number 2 is water from the faucet. This water is treated. It's piped to a settling cistern, and then into the house, where it's treated with a water softener. Sample number 3 is going to be straight RO water that hasn't gone through the alkaline filter. Remember, the alkaline filter will raise TDS. It's putting minerals back in the water. I love that onboard TDS meter. TDS stands for total dissolved solid, basically anything that's not a water molecule. Well water's running at 827. Water from the water softener, 100 TDS. And water from the RO unit, 19 TDS. That agrees with the onboard TDS meter. Straight RO water can be acidic, and stripping all the minerals out of your water isn't healthy. Our bodies need certain minerals, and I'm glad the alkaline filter puts them back in the water, running at 38 TDS.
Whether you rely on well water or municipal, an RO system is a great investment. Here on the ranch, we're trying to remove heavy metals from our well water. But if you live in town, don't trust municipal water either. It's going to have disinfection chemicals like chlorine and chloramine, and there's fluoride. Self-sufficiency. Clean and treat your own water. Become your own utility. You know what they say, if you want to do something right, do it yourself. I'll see you next time at the Windmill Garden.